Oh my God. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. This was so excruciating. It was like watching an erotic film with the main characters being Brian Stelter and Nancy Pelosi. This was so annoying. Watching the updates were so annoying. It was like listening to a lecture, it was like listening to AOC talk about physics or quantum physics. It was Windows 10 has completely destroyed my computer. Completely obliterated whatever was left of this computer. I need a new computer. So I'm going to get one. But this is unbelievable. Thank you so very much for waiting. I mean, to my super chat already, thank you enough. We're installing operating system recovery. Dell. I'm not getting a Dell anymore. I don't know what's going on anymore. Inga, hello. Everyone, hello. Lexi, hello. Eric H526, Arya, hello. Everybody, Insubordinate, hello. My God almighty. To J Spot, to Roger Rabbit, to Sigma Nu UCLA, I have to thank all of you. Starting it off. My God. This was unbelievable. To my super chat, I can't do these without you. I also can't do it without a computer. I'm going to get a new computer. This was unbelievable. It was excruciating. I had to sit, and I knew everyone was waiting, and ever since Windows 10, it's a scourge upon humanity. This is a scourge upon humanity. It's like watching Chris Cuomo pick a fight with a bicyclist. Hey, yo, you want some? You want it? You want to go? You want to go? You want to go? It's an insult to your peoples, man. I am so thankful that I have people who are, you want to go? You want to do this? You want some? It's like, I can't think of anything less intimidating than Chris Cuomo. I can't think anything less intimidating than him. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So here I am. I'm ready for a good live stream. I'm ready to rock and roll. And yesterday, or like earlier today, I was using a different computer. I use a different computer. I know, we're going to get to the segment in a second. This is like traumatizing. I need therapy. You're my therapy. So I went to a different computer, and on this computer, I thought I was smart, but, I'm not smart at all. So what happened was, it's like, updating. And I said, I'm going to actually click update and restart, and then not restart it. And then just leave it so it'll restart, and then when I need to, use the computer, it will have already updated the madness. Okay? Thank you, Bill Gates, for so much. You've been so fantastic. But the opposite happened. It would not stop. I'm telling you, it was madness. Madness. And Eric H526, you really helped me out. It was like watching an erotic film and seeing Brian Stelter and Nancy Pelosi. I mean, this is not a good time right there. It was like listening to a sermon on the Bible from Bill Clinton, and the 12 tribes, and Moses went to the promised land, or he didn't go to the promised land, and you know how it goes. You know the thing. It was like listening to our beloved president. It was like remember the old Micro Machine commercials? It was like listening to Joe Biden try to duplicate the Micro Machine guy. Come on, man. You know the thing, man. Come on. Smell on you, brother. It was excruciating. Excruciating. Absolutely excruciating. Oh my God. I would rather have listened to a lecture on quantum physics from AOC. Do you understand? Do you understand? I would rather have, I don't know. I would rather have watched Chris Hayes compete in the World's Strongest Man contest. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I'd rather do anything. Do you understand? I'd rather do anything. It was horrible. Anyway, speaking of my super chat, thank you so very much. I just want to thank everybody here for waiting. My God, thank you. If you're watching in the upload right now, you have no clue what these people went through. You have no clue. It was an hour. It was an hour. It wasn't 10 minutes, upload watcher. It wasn't 10 minutes. It wasn't 20 minutes. It wasn't a half hour. It was a straight hour. Straight hour, dog. It was an hour. Probably more. Yeah. A whole hour. And I saw there was love drama. And I was like, oh no. I was looking. You're amazing. Everybody in the chat is so amazing. And they're wonderful. It was like this roller coaster ride of emotions in the chat. The pre upload of madness. This will be the live stream. There was the fog bowl between the Eagles and the Bears and the what was it, 88, 89? This will be the update live stream. The update torment live stream. Anyway, getting back to what we're here for, which is MSNBC gloating for what reason I don't know. MSNBC, and by the way, so to my super chat, thank you so very much. Thank you. I mean, already, to everyone here, thank you so very much. This is the Political Insomniac channel. D. Gray, hello. Diane, hello. Everybody here. Richard, hello. So to Sigma Nu, thank you so very much. Roger Rabbit, you are so kind, and you're always just so kind. Thank you, Roger Rabbit. JSpot51, thank you as always. And so MSNBC is taking a victory lap. So is CNN. They're like, ha ha ha, Trump is not in office. And it's like, we already knew that. We already knew that wouldn't happen. As now the OBS freezes, which is fantastic. You understand, I want everything to freeze 20 times now. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to update. Now everything must freeze. I won't be happy until everything is frozen at least 30 times during the live chat. Because that's how we do it. Do you understand? Do you understand when you watch H.A. Goodman on YouTube? It's nothing but constant technical problems. Yes, enjoy the lack of technological skill. Yes, fantastic. Keep on not working. Upload. Let me know if you can hear me. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay, good. Hopefully we can have at least 20 to 30 frozen moments with lack of internet connection. Because this has to happen. It's a prophecy. It's going to happen and has to happen. You have no idea what we went through, people who watched on the upload. You have no idea. We're like Titanic survivors. You have no clue. You have no clue what we've gone through. Anyway, MSNBC is taking a victory lap, as usual, this is what happens. They don't have anything on Trump, so they have to fabricate these not Pyrrhic victories, but these fabricated little moments where they can rejoice. So, you're kidding me. So, Robert, thank you so very much. So, what happens is, and this is what Snopes does, by the way, who they plagiarized a whole bunch of stuff. Sigma Nu, break off the whiskey, yeah! Sigma Nu, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Sigma Nu, greatly, greatly appreciated. As always, greatly appreciated, thank you. There are health benefits to whiskey, ladies and gentlemen. In moderation. Isn't that right, Sigma Nu? There are health benefits to whiskey. Numerous ones. In moderation, of course. Sigma Nu UCLA, thank you so very, very much. Greatly, greatly appreciate Sigma Nu. So what they do is the following. This is what they do. Snopes does this too, which, by the way, they plagiarized a whole bunch of things, according to BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed today with a very good, actually, investigative journalism. Pretty good. Like an actual good. It wasn't just because it helped dismantle the fake news on the left, but it's actually, BuzzFeed is, firmly left-leaning, but it's good for once in a blue moon, they'll actually do investigative journalism on their side, which is interesting. So it was a fantastic article in BuzzFeed, and apparently Snopes plagiarized a whole bunch of things, or continually plagiarized information. Sigma Nu, thank you again. And what happens is, what they'll do is the following. A fact check will be like, no, candidate Joe Biden did not host a lavish dinner party at a yacht with his son's Ukrainian business partners. No, that didn't happen. No. And then they'll be like, a Facebook post has been circulating, and it has 1,000 shares already. And you know what the misinformation is? It's that Joe Biden could even, steer a yacht or whatever, and had a dinner at a yacht. And it's like, no, that didn't happen. That didn't happen, but his son, Hunter, the very, very responsible and good person, an artiste, yeah, the artiste, the artist, the Salvador Dali of dysfunctional democratic politics, he had emails that showed that Biden met with business partners. Yeah, that happened. Yeah. And so what they'll do is no. So they'll actually refute a fantasy in the hopes that you forget the reality, which is close to the fantasy. So they do this all the time. And then they parse words, and they're like,
Trump said that it's the best economy ever. Well, this is false, fact check, false, fact check, false. And what happens is it's not the best economy ever. The economy was better in 1957. Trump and his lies. We have like record low unemployment. Inflation is low. Wages increasing faster than a decade than in the previous decade. People, and then the rebuttal is, well, people have two jobs. Like, well, yeah, the people were working and happy. Now they don't want to work because it's like, they don't want to get, who knows. There's a lot of reasons we won't talk about. And, can't talk about them. And so this is a dystopian nightmare hellscape we all live in. We can't talk about anything, but we can sure experience the suffering. That's something that will happen. You can experience the suffering and the sorrow. That's allowed. That's allowed. So they made up for stifling free speech by allowing us to experience all the negative repercussions of their insanity, which is very good of them. Very nice. Very good. It's unbelievable. So what they do is they revel in these message boards that I told everyone never to listen to. So I told everyone never to listen to absurd message boards. I said, don't listen to the absurd message boards. And we knew a long time ago that message boards were nonsense. I debated one of the people who started this whole nonsense. I said it was complete absurd fantasy that could only be harmful. And now you have people sometimes they want to believe something, and it's like it only feeds into the fetish they have on being morally superior. So they're not morally superior, but what they like to do. Let's get another. Come on, freeze up again. We can't. Come on, I love it. Bring it on. Freeze live stream. Make sure nobody can hear me. Yes. Are you serious? Okay, good. So what happens is JB, hello. Tree Climber, hello. Late Night with HA. These upgrades are the new spyware, aren't they? I mean, you know what? If it is Tree Climber, thank you so very much. I hope all as well. If it is, it's a waste of time on their part. I live a very happy, boring life. Thank God. God has blessed me. I live a happy, boring life. Very boring, but happy. Very boring, but happy. I'm working out every night now, every day with weights, and I have a whole weight set at home, 80-pound dumbbells, deadlift 300 pounds regularly. I can do a lot more, but I don't have more than 300 pounds in plates. A 10-pound plate is worth $300,000. You could buy a 10-pound weight on Amazon for about $275,000. So I spend my life savings on weights, and thank God, I love 80s movies. A very boring person, very boring. You want to spy on me, Bill Gates? You want to spy on me, government? Very boring. You will have nothing but boring things. I'm working I'm in the best shape. I have to lose a little bit more weight, but I'm losing weight. I'm stronger than ever, even though the gyms are all, closed or / who knows what's going on. And so taking vitamins every single day. So that's you do have to focus on being healthy. I'm at the healthiest I've been, and I've always been healthy, thank God. So that's a good thing, And So if they wanna spy on me, there's not much to see.
Tree climber, thank you.
And so that's the thing. It's like, oh, by the way, everyone, I was gonna start off with this, but then Satanic Upload took over my computer. Exorcist Satan Upload. Update. Everyone here, please join me. I'm starting an Odyssey channel. So I'm going to start a channel on Odyssey. Now, Odyssey, can you live stream on Odyssey? Ladies and gentlemen, let me know, because I don't know much about it, but I know it's a pretty cool platform. And a lot of people I respect greatly are on that platform. So, what do you think of Odyssey? Is it good? Can you live stream from it? What do you think of Odyssey, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think of Odyssey, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, Eric H526. Can I tell you how much I love the two moderators, Eric and Luke? Eric H526. Do you know, ladies and gentlemen, Eric, everybody here, do you know if you can live stream on Odyssey? Do they have that capacity now or no? Oh, okay. Thank you, Inga. Thank you. Mikhail, you can sync Odyssey on YouTube. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I'm going to start an Odyssey channel. It will be... I will be really focused on that. Even more so, like HA Second Amendment, what I've been doing is I try to build that channel, but it's like, it was actually in the very beginning, it was easy to build. I got 16,000 subs, but I don't know. I'm going to try the Odyssey. I can actually really be more myself there. Maybe use profanity here and there. Profanity alerts. Not that I need profanity, because as you can see, I don't need profanity to get my point across. But I swear, can I tell you something? The algorithm is so... It's like you can say a word that has nothing to do with anything bad, but it'll sound like a bad word, so then it's a big problem. And it's like... I mean, thank God I'm in good standing with YouTube always. I'm walking on eggshells, basically. It's my personality is just naturally annoying enough to where I can be amusing and long-winded enough to circumvent the algorithm and still be informative and not a waste of time. So that's good. But with Odyssey, hopefully I'll be able to upload a lot of things that I just can't talk about. Or not so much. Thank you, Insubordinate. You've been here for a while. Yes. So not that I'm going to like, you know, turn into like Sam Kinison or Andrew Dice Clay, two of the best comedians of all time. But you know, I think that I need to start building. Because I finally have we have 183,508 subs, ladies and gentlemen. It's because of you. It's because, do you understand how lucky I am? I had like 40 people waiting through a never-ending, traumatizing update on my computer that lasted an hour. I'm so thankful. I don't have, like, I know I always say this, I don't have $20 million in venture capital funding. Like, I don't have a network. I just have my viewers. And, oh, by the way, if you want to be part of an eventual newsletter, it's contactgoodman78@gmail.com. I'm going to start that up again just so I have, like, a way to contact my viewers. Because, like, I'm in great standing. Everything's fine with the channel. My God, people are like, it is really tough and frightening out there for a lot of content creators, like really frightening. And it's like I have a great rapport with YouTube because I'm generally like plain vanilla enough, but still interesting to where like I don't do anything like that will really be an issue, but still I'm walking on eggshells. And like I do need to build another platform like any content creator does, and I haven't done that. Like it's been 4.5 years or so. Like let's see, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 5.5 years. And I need to build another platform. Just you have to do that. And I was thinking like which platforms are the best. I see Odyssey now. There's a lot of people that I do listen to on YouTube that had to go to Odyssey. So I'll build that. It's if you want to always like, ensure that I'll always be able to, notify you of things. It's contactgoodman78@gmail.com. So that's for the next, from here on out, I'll be telling everybody every upload, every live stream, reach me on my Odyssey and I'll do a segment every day, or maybe 2 segments, but I'll like really do it because I have to build that up. Also, it would be nice to get on the ground floor of a platform, so we'll see. Sigma Nu! Mr. Barlow, thank you. Sigma Nu! Reuters report situation will deteriorating the hour if American. Oh my God almighty. Yeah. Oh my God almighty. That would be Sigma Nu, the worst thing that I could ever imagine, and he would be at fault. He'd be 100% at fault. Trump gave a negotiated deal. Someone get Biden a calendar. Someone get this man a calendar. A calendar. A simple calendar. Okay? With, kittens or, little puppies or cars. One of those calendars you see at the bookstore or, Rite Aid. Get a simple calendar for $5. It was May of 2021. May. The negotiated deal was May 1st. To get out May 1st. Sigma Nu, you're right. You got out later than May. Why? There was a deal. It was a negotiated deal to get out. That's why I voted for President Trump. The main reason, in addition to other reasons. But the primary reason was he opposed the Lincoln Project, never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts, wanted to bring Americans home. He did that. He's one of our great presidents, or one of our better presidents. And the media meltdown, everything they leveled at Trump was a complete either fabrication, sensationalized nonsense. I mean, he didn't make his life easy, but at the same time, it's like, you're 100% right, Sigma Nu, you're 100% right. And it's like, you're right on that. You're right on that. What he did, Sigma Nu and everybody here, you're right on that. What he did was the following. He tried to be cute, like the governor of New York who's not leaving, Andrew Cuomo. He tried to be cute, and he said, well, we're going to wait until September for no reason. They had already negotiated a deal. This is number one. Number two, Biden voted for this 20 years ago. In that respect, it's his fault. The fact that the country is collapsing is not necessarily his fault or Trump's fault or anyone's fault. This is an impossible fix. The second we would leave, even 30 years from now or 100 years from now, the same thing would happen. This was doomed to fail. The same thing happened in Vietnam. There's no way. The same thing happens in every counterinsurgency conflict. If the greater power leaves, eventually, the people then, there's a battle for, who takes over the land. And it's an indigenous, like AOC and very into indigenous issues. Okay, this is an indigenous, conflict or There's people who live there. They're going to live there forever. And you cannot send Americans and expect to change, what a society has been for thousands of years. Robert, thank you. You can't do that. So Sigma Nu, you're 100% right. And I mean, that is, we're not prepared. We're at the most vulnerable time. We're at the most, U.S. officials implore Afghans to fight. Are you kidding me? U.S. officials, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable the level of the inept nature of Biden's leadership, his presidency. I mean, it's failure after failure. Nothing has worked. He's done a couple of good things here and there, but nothing has worked. And you have every single possible advantage propping him up. And that's not to mention, like, any scandal or controversy is never talked about. Look, God bless the people. God bless the people of Afghanistan. God bless them. Look, they knew this. They knew this 20 years ago. Okay, Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld knew all of this. That's why Cheney did not advocate a certain course of action 30 years ago. And we can go into it, but they knew all of this. In Vietnam, we knew there were the Sigma. They had these exercises that would predict these games that would predict what would take place. All these different scenarios, and they found out. Richard, hello. They found out that we could not win before we got into Vietnam. They found out that we could not win. Okay? They were the Sigma War Games. And we knew, if you can look it up, the Sigma Games were a series of classified high-level games played in the Pentagon during the 1960s to strategize conduct in Vietnam. The games were designed to replicate then-current conditions in Indochina, with an aim toward predicting future events in the region. Each one of them, I think one was like a stalemate, and then every other one of them showed we could not win. They still went in. Okay? This is why when they say there's this ludicrous push in our society to trust government blindly. It's like this is like the Keystone Cops of any topic. They don't know what they're doing all the time, but they're like super confident, and they make sure nobody can talk about anything. But it doesn't work. This is not the American way of life. Is if you tell somebody not to do something, they do it. This is human nature. This is human nature. If you tell somebody you can't talk about something, they talk about it. If you tell somebody you can't think about something, they think about it. If you say don't look down, what happens? You look down. You can't simply give blind trust to anyone, especially not government officials that have their own agenda. It's not truth. You do what is good for you in life. You have to assess your own risk and reward, and you have to evaluate and engage upon your, decipher your own risk assessment on anything. You live your life based on what is good for you, as long as it's legal, and you try to be as moral as possible, but you don't listen to these like clapping seals, these mindless zombies that only care about conformity. These people are like, it's like laughable. These are the same people who said Clinton was going to win in a landslide, Trump worked with Russia. They're wrong on everything. WMD, they're wrong on everything. What are they? I want to know what they're right about. Everyone's risk-reward assessment is completely different because everyone has different lives. Everyone has different situations in life. Everyone has a different situation. I can't look. And these are from the same people that talk about, oh, you have no clue what I'm going through. You have no clue. Well, I know exactly. So I'm not going to tell you what to do. Don't tell me what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But there's such an emphasis on, like, look at the world we live in now. Look at Biden's world. Okay? This is like the morally superior, apoplectic liberal Democrats. They're like a gambler at the craps table in Vegas. They keep on losing. And you've seen this before. Hopefully you haven't experienced this, but people keep like, you know what, just another $500, another $1,000, another $2,000. You give me another $5,000, I'll get out of it. You can go from $400 lost. You can go from $400 lost to $4,000 to $40,000 in the span of 2 hours or less. Okay? This is what our wonderful government, which is fantastic. Oh my God, such great people. They keep on saying, the government says this. The government has said this. Well, who cares? Why would that be important to anyone? When was I always grew up, and I grew up with like in a very conservative type of, I wouldn't say it was a liberal but conservative upbringing. It was a liberal but also a conservative, meaning like the liberals of the liberal arts, the liberal mindset of the 80s is the conservatives of today. Okay? The liberals of today didn't even exist in the 80s or 90s. They didn't even exist. It's like a new dystopian, nightmarish world that they just like, they have this quest, never-ending quest to feel moral at the expense of being immoral. Or their quest to feel moral is leading them to immorality and like horrible decision-making. So I always grew up, even though like I respected my teachers very much, but at the same time, you didn't give absolute trust to anyone. I was like, this was like a code, or like, this is growing up, like, nobody I knew gave absolute trust to the school or to the teachers or to society. This is like not, this is a new phenomenon. I've never heard this before in my life. To do what you're told? Who does that? Why would you do this? The only reason, like, the only reason to conform is, like, if there's a monetary issue, which they've incentivized conformity only because of monetary concerns. That's a legitimate reason. Other than that, if I was a multi-millionaire, oh my God. Like, but, you do have concerns. You do have, thank God I'm doing okay, but at the same time, like, this is a viewer-funded channel, so it's like, I'm thankful for the viewers that I have and the wonderful support I get. But it's like you gotta, there's a balancing act, especially as a content creator nowadays, because you want to keep your voice active and alive, without getting completely silenced. So it's a bit of a balancing act. But this nonsense about like this is not important. Like, there was this article from the New York Times. Hold on. This is what's wrong with our world today. New York Times, bad news for Trump-adjacent weirdos delights Seth Meyers. What kind of worthless, headline title is that, who cares what Seth Meyers thinks about anything? Why would you, is he like this intellectual or cultural icon? Like, is he that funny? I could name 30 comedians funnier than him. He's obviously talented. He's been around forever. I don't find him funny at all. But he's obviously talented. Who cares if this is the New York Times would never say 20 years ago, Arsenio Hall or Johnny Carson eviscerates, Reagan adjacent weirdos. This is the world we live in. This is not normal. And they're the ones who've broken norms and traditions. They're the ones. Trump has a personality that broke them. They are broken. Mikhail Archangel, a little bit for some encouragement. Thank you, Mikhail. Thank you, Amin Ra, thank you, Mikhail Archangel. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Mikhail. Thank you, Amin Ra. Thank you. Thank you so very much, Mikhail. Thank you very, very much, Amin Ra. Thank you. But like Mikhail, Amin Ra, we live in a world where Sam Kinison couldn't make it. Sam Kinison could not make it in this world. Howard Stern could not make it in this world. Howard Stern. Okay? 30 years plus. Like, most of his career would be canceled in this day and age. Arnold Schwarzenegger, who came out with the most absurd comment ever about freedoms, he lived his life breaking the rules. He literally left his military base in the middle of the night to compete in a bodybuilding competition in Germany. So he had to drive to from Austria to Germany, left his military base, never played by any rules, never played by society's rules, ever. And then he's talking about, forget about your freedoms. You better believe he would have put bodybuilding first and foremost before anything if he was 25 years old. The 25-year-old Arnold Schwarzenegger, the 20-year-old Arnold would put his ambitions a million miles ahead of anything any government told him. As he should. I mean, if they're healthy, if they're good, like bodybuilding. Kevin, Landaverde, Kevin, thank you so very much, Kevin. Mikhail Archangel, thank you. Kevin, thank you, Mikhail. Kevin, thank you so very much. Sigma Nu, UCLA. Sigma Nu, so Prez on vacation, do you think he will be blamed for? I think that if the second part happens, Sigma Nu, it's game over for his presidency. I mean, game over. This is what tanked Jimmy Carter, Sigma Nu. It's game over. I mean, game over. This is the worst thing it would be the worst thing to happen to this country. It would be one of the worst things to happen to this country. It would be, if God forbid that happened, it would be one of the worst things, and I'm getting more negative every day. I'm getting more negative every day. Amin Ra, thank you. Mikhail, thank you. Kevin, thank you so very much. Kevin, thank you. Sigma Nu, I'm getting more negative every day. It would be the worst thing to happen to this country if the second part of your statement came true. Aria Lee, and it would tank his presidency just like Jimmy Carter's. I mean, it would be the worst thing ever. Trump negotiated a deal for May 1st. Someone give this man a calendar. Sigma Nu, somebody give this man those calendars you see with puppies and stuff? Give him a puppy calendar. Who doesn't like puppies? Everyone loves kittens and puppies. Although I'm not very fond of cats, to tell you the truth. I know everybody loves cats, but I'm not really fond of cats. Kittens, yes. Puppies and dogs, I love dogs. I'm more of a dog person than a cat person. I don't know. I know. I'll lose subscribers because of that, but Aria, we are living the Twilight Zone. Hopes this helps you put a computer fund. Thank you so very much, Aria. Thank you. It will. It will. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And Aria and everybody here, Sigma Nu, I hope you'll be on Odyssey. Kevin Landaverde, thank you, Kevin. Keep it up, brother. Thank you, Kevin. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. You know Kevin and Sigma Nu, and you know what I like to do? I'm telling you, it's therapeutic. If you're over 40, this will be therapeutic for you. Even if you're over, I would say even 35, over 35. I watch 90s and 80s movies every night. I have a collection of DVDs. Whoa, what a wild and crazy guy I am. Yeah, oh my God. Weightlifting and, 80s and 90s DVDs. Oh my God. There's a movie called Rushmore. I watched that, and I'm not condoning any criminal behavior. Oh my God. I know that somebody out there will take a clip from this and distort it in their own maniacal, fanatical, sad and pathetic way. But anyway, Rushmore is a fantastic movie. Rushmore, they don't make movies like that anymore. The Big Lebowski. These movies, you have Kingpin, okay? You have so many movies where the characters don't care about like either social norms, or they're just so hilarious and awesome. Swingers is a great movie. Okay? That's like a great movie. These are all like these are movies with characters where you have actually true like humanity, but inner strength, and like they take life as an adventure. Life is an adventure. Life in today's world, in Biden's world, is not an adventure. It's an adventure to like ignore. If you can ignore, that's like an adventure. Look at these movies. Like, this. The Big Lebowski is fantastic. What can I tell you? Swingers is fantastic. Rushmore is fantastic. Kingpin is fantastic. These are all like old 80s and 90s movies. You can look at like War Games is fantastic. Red Dawn, Tron. Red Dawn is one of the great movies ever. But Tron, all you have to do is watch Tron, and you know exactly what social media is about. You are entering into a computer game. It's a computer game. You're leaving reality and entering a computer game. You know? And it's like What About Bob is awesome. Yeah, I love John Candy was the best. There's so many great Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was the wrong movie. Oh wait, what about Bob? What's wrong with me? Yeah, wrong movie. Sorry. No. That was Uncle Buck. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Wrong movie. I was thinking. John Candy is so amazing. Look, you can watch like any movie. You can watch the old, like the first Mission Impossible, or like The Firm, or like old Tom Cruise movies, old Bond movies. You get like a sense of adventure. What adventure? Is there any adventure in? It's all judgment, condemnation. this very warped sense of conformity. They have to conform. Why? To you? I'm supposed to listen to you? You're wrong on everything. Like, if I go out on, I'm right about a lot of things. Most things I'm right about, but sometimes I've gone out on a limb. Okay, but I don't say you must listen to me. There's an element that's entertainment. A lot of what I do on this channel, a lot of what everyone does, is entertainment. But I don't like when I was talking about Clinton and her private servers with top secret intelligence on them. I was never condemning Madam Secretaries. Like, I was never saying she was immoral. Morality has nothing to do with what I talk about. Morality used to be the realm of religion, or other areas of life, not politics. Everyone knew that politics, you have good and bad. Elliot Martin! Yes! What's up, HA? Would it be possible to make Blazing Saddles? No. Gran Torino, maybe. But Tropic Thunder, no, absolutely not. Blazing Saddles, absolutely not. Airplane. Elliot. Airplane you couldn't make. You can't make anything nowadays. Look. I love Eddie Murphy. Early, Delirious, and Raw, you might not be able to make nowadays. Okay? I don't know. I love Richard Pryor. I love Chris Rock. I love Robin Williams. A lot of Robin Williams today you couldn't do. Believe it or not. I love Robin Williams. But you can't, it's like Sam Kinison you couldn't make. Sam Kinison, Don Rickles, they wouldn't survive today's world. That's why like a lot of comedy is very bland, observational, and bland. You have to be, it's like when you're laughing, you're not offending anyone. You're generally not offending anyone. And if someone's offended by something, unfortunately, that's going to happen sometimes. But it's not out of malice. As long as it's not out of malice, that's the issue. But see, like, there's no, like, this. Trump broke them. Okay, because 2016 was the cutoff. 2016, we have never. When Bernie Sanders was cheated. Now, I know that most of my viewers now were not Bernie Sanders supporters. But when Bernie Sanders was cheated, it ruined society because it allowed a really it allowed a crime to take place without anyone noticing or caring, or the people who noticed like didn't care or cared and were ignored. And when Clinton was defeated by Trump, the system broke. They broke. Everything is now this warped and distorted. Spaceballs, for example. How can you couldn't make that. Like after 2016, everything from comedy to movies to politics to social media, everything changed. Everything changed because the Matrix said, wait a second, the more you talk, look, Do you want to know why Democrats are always complaining to social media companies? Because the more discussion, the more quote-unquote misinformation, which really means a different viewpoint, okay? The reason that Democrats care about misinformation is there's two reasons. One, they are so horrible at communicating their viewpoint because people don't trust them, and they're wrong a lot of the time. So you combine that, and it's like they're not effective at communicating their viewpoint, even though they have every single possible advantage. Second, the ideology, left-leaning ideology, doesn't account for free will and doesn't believe really in the notion of free will. It doesn't believe in the notion of free will. So if you just legislate, if you tell people what to do, and everybody does exactly what you say, the desired outcome will happen. Meanwhile, free will is something that Democrats don't understand and can't accept because the notion of free will undermines most of today's liberal Democratic Party policies and viewpoints. Most. And they're hypocrites too, because when it's a matter of government telling them what to do with certain things, oh my God, the uproar. But then they can say, no, you must do this. How did this become political? It's like, well, it's not really exactly. The equivalencies they make are completely off. And it's like, I am of the mindset, you need to do what's best for you. That's not a libertarian mindset. That's like a normal human viewpoint. I don't know what your situation is in life. I can't tell you what to do pertaining to anything. The hubris, the arrogance, the audacity of any government telling millions upon millions of people what to do with their lives, like, that's different from a law. Laws are made to uphold freedoms and rights. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It's like life used to be, there used to be adventure in life. There used to be adventure. There used to be like individuality was important. Now Democrats want everyone to be this mindless widget. This mindless cog in a machine. And this is why friends that I've known forever disowned me. Because I was like, no, I have a different opinion than you. And they obsess over CNN and MSNBC. They say they don't, but they really do. And they care what their friends think of them. So if my friendship is not as important as what their friends think of them, then it's probably best they did me a favor by disowning me. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I always believed that a person's politics can change, and it doesn't define them as a human being. Their politics defines them. Liberal politics defines liberals. It's who they are. It is who they are as people. It's that important to them. Because generally what they've done is replace religion with politics. When you replace religion with politics, you're in a world of hurt. Okay, look, religion is great, and belief in God, I think, is important, very important. But you can be agnostic or atheist and be just as happy and just as moral. But if you don't replace your belief in God with religion, if you just take, if politics used to be one element of life, it used to be one element of life. That's it, one element of life. It was never infused with every other aspect of existence. I never, like, they talk about, like, people dating nowadays, like, how important, like, you know, politics is for. I was like, I wouldn't care. When I was single, why would I care? Why would I care what a woman's politics is? Why would I care? You know? Unless her, like, you know, her uncle was like, I was going to make a joke. Of course, I can't make a joke. You can't make any jokes. Okay, fine. Let's say, you know, her uncle was a notorious 1930s and 1940s German. And then, you know, of course, I would think twice. But other than that, like, why would I care? What kind of person, like, doesn't enjoy life because of politics or disowns friends? Like, what kind of, I know what kind of person. It's actually, it's like they think that they really believe the hysteria and madness. I'm in media, so I can tell you, I have seen, like, pundits, I've seen their eyes, like, I've spoken to them, whether it's a debate or whatever, and a lot of times they don't believe what they're saying. Especially on the left, you have people who don't believe. I can tell you right now, AOC doesn't believe everything she says. I can tell you right now. If you win a congressional seat on a promise of Medicare for all and you don't abide by that promise, and you don't even want to vote on it, that's a problem. That's why, like, look, I have to, like, revert back into, I'm gonna, like, you know, build my own time capsule and just live in a world before 2016. 2016 ushered in a nightmarish world where you have to actually be vigilant and you have to remind yourself that life is far more beautiful and expansive than the hysteria and madness of morally superior, oftentimes apoplectic liberal Democrats, who are wonderful, wonderful people. Yes, wonderful, wonderful. Also, like, ringing constitutional. Thank you, ringing constitutional. I hope all is well. I mean, if this is a good time, maybe I'll just start doing my live streams, you know. Maybe I'll start doing my live streams at this time. But Ringen, thank you so very much. Ringen, thank you so very much. Ringen Constitutional, thank you. I hope all is well. Oh my God. For real. This is terrible, man. Can you hear me? So Eric. Everybody give a lot of love to Eric H526. He's awesome. Luke is also amazing. I don't think he's here. I think, you know, after he was probably here, but then the whole thing wasn't working. But give a lot of love to Eric H526. He's just fantastic. I'm very fortunate to have two great moderators. Very fortunate to have Eric H526 as a friend of mine and as just a wonderful human being. So give a lot of love to Eric. So we're going to maybe do 5-10 more minutes to my super chat. Thank you so very much. Cali boy, thank you again. Yes, it should be a hippo. Hypocrisy. Ring in constitutional. Yes. Hey, you know what? It's 1:18 in the morning, and I have 170 people on the live stream. I could have more if my computer and, you know, it didn't have the technical issues, but that's pretty, you know, I'm very, very fortunate. I'm pretty fortunate. You know, like, I was thinking about this. So I like music that would not, maybe like today, for example, this world. Is there a rapper as good as Trick Daddy today? Okay, no, there isn't. Is there a rapper as good as DMX? Is there a rap band as good as 2 Live Crew? Obviously, different genre of more of like dance and could these musical artists exist today without a big problem? Trick Daddy is one of the best of all time. He's one of the best of all time. He has more talent, like, in one finger than the entire music industry does today. You look at all of these musicians and rappers of the 90s and 80s, and it's like not even, everything is different. Like, the level of, like, there's no, like, there's no, like, unique quality to musicians, to artists, musical artists today. Conrad! AJ, it's all in good fun. You can laugh at yourself. Yes, Conrad, thank you so very much. Thank you, Conrad. I hope all is well. Conrad. Thank you. Exactly, Inga. I have to say, you know, like, I could name, let's see, DMX, Trick Daddy, 2 Live Crew, EPMD, I mean, Kool Moe Dee. You can, there's like, just in the 5 names that I mentioned, it's more talent, more uniqueness, more, I don't know, power, I don't know. Everyone now is like the same, everyone is conforming to the same thing. The same thing. I have to say, of the rappers of recent memory, Lil Wayne, I put alongside all the greats. He's one of the greatest, I would say. I put him alongside one of the greatest of all time. But today, like, do you have I don't know, do you have somebody like the Ramones? Do you have anybody like the Pistols? Do you have anybody like Motorhead? Lemmy? And do you have anybody like him? You don't have anybody like any of these people now. Everybody is just wants to be accepted. None of these people needed to be accepted. If you want to be accepted in music or Hollywood, if you need to be accepted, it's like Marlon Brando never needed to be accepted. He didn't care. The thing with, like, you have all of these liberals in Hollywood in their, like, 70s and 80s. And these were the same people that they broke the mold. Some of them did. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, and it's like now, or in their 60s, now it's like the same thing with Arnold. They're pushing this absurd groupthink and conformity. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Who loves Motorhead? I love Motorhead. I love the Ramones, the Pistols. These are bands that wouldn't make it today. They would find something. Do you understand? They would find something wrong. How does a band? I won't even bring up the band name, but how does a band kick their banjo player out because of a tweet about a journalist? Even if, and I understand the backlash that the band got, but the band should have said, we stick with our band member. We stick with our band member. We stick with, we don't care what society says. If you're upset, then don't watch our shows. And if if you're big enough, look, if you're big enough already, maybe if you're, like, I understand if you're trying to make it, like the Beatles, got Ringo, a new drummer. They had Pete Best. I can understand if it's the very beginning of the band. You want to make it. But you have an issue with a band, I can kind of get it. Metallica with Dave Mustaine and Dave Mustaine with Megadeth. Amazing. So that's like actually an amazing story right there. I love Dave Mustaine. But if you're a band that's already established, why would you care? You're gonna put your guitarist under the bus because he got people upset? Because people are upset? Who cares? Who cares? So there's a band out there. I don't want to bring it up. There's a band out there. Let's just say guitarist tweeted something favorable, like congratulated a conservative journalist. Oh my God. It was the end of the world. All of social media was like, descended upon the band and the guitarist. And it's like, you can't stick up for your, is there any loyalty anymore? There's like no loyalty. This is, Democrats, they're only loyal to themselves. There's no loyalty anymore. It's it, no loyalty? You kidding me? And so they had to, like, basically the guy had to be forced out of the band because of the backlash. And I'm thinking to myself, this is music. This is what kind of dystopian nightmare are we in, where you have bands that care so much about groupthink and conformity. Music is about non-conformity. You're supposed to be unique. You're supposed to not care what people think. That's what made rock and roll and metal and punk and rap. And this is what makes them important. You're supposed to not care. This is a world where everyone cares. This is like a nightmare. This is an absolute nightmare. But it's not a nightmare if you understand what good music is. It's not a nightmare if you can appreciate the Ramones and Trick Daddy, Two Live Crew, and the Pistols. Then the world is fine because you know what You know what reality is, or you know what like adventure or, you know, strength, you know, power, you know, confidence. This is this society we live in is like it's such groupthink, and people are so petrified of being different. And I just want to let you know, your support of Trump is hurting me personally. No, it's not. No, it's not, you imbecile. No, it's not. You just don't like him. You're embarrassed that you know somebody that who's very close to you that likes Trump. So you want to get that little, like, you know, whatever it is off of you. So you're embarrassed. Okay, you're embarrassed I like Trump. Okay, you're embarrassed I like Trump. Just say it. Say it. And you don't want other people to know that you know me, so that's why you're embarrassed. Okay? Because you have no sense of, you know, well, forget about loyalty. You have no self-confidence. So, anyway. Sandra, good morning. There's no loyalty anymore. It's pretty unbelievable. It's pretty unbelievable. Conrad, thank you. There's no loyalty anymore. There's no loyalty. There's no emphasis on individuality. What happened to individuality? What happened to that? It's like unbelievable. This is why on the left, I saw this, and I'm like, it's such groupthink. When I was like, I'm not voting for Clinton. What? You're gonna let Trump win? You're gonna help Trump? Are you Trumper? You Trumper? You're not voting for Trump, are you? Like, well, no, but what's the problem? I can never know anyone who likes Trump. You're being disloyal. You're being disloyal to our cause. Well, what is your cause? Always vote Democrat? You can find the most. You socialists, okay? Communists and socialists with hammer and sickle and like, oh my God, they're so awesome. And who are you voting for, Democrat? You know that they're not anything close to what you claim to be. Because there are socialist parties. You can help build them. No, they're not going to help. It's such groupthink. It's such tribalism. And that's the thing. It's like, life is not about that. Life is a buffet of things that you should enjoy. You shouldn't like stick to one thing. You should enjoy a whole bunch of music. Enjoy a whole bunch of films. You know, have friends who are all different backgrounds. You should have like a lot. You experience life. It's bigger than MSNBC and CNN. Or what, like, the Hollywood celebrities say. Who cares what these people say? They're rich, and they're, like, super wealthy. They can create their own freedoms. Arnold, when he says about the thing about your freedom, he has, like, $500,000, more than that. He can go fly anywhere on the planet. He doesn't, if he feels, like, claustrophobic, he just can fly anywhere on the planet. It's fine, you know. The little, like, peasants, you know, a little different story. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very, very much. I hope I made up for being so late. And Conrad, thank you. Everyone here, thank you so very much. This has been fantastic. I will see you all on the upload. I'll have an upload. I will have an upload probably around 5 this morning or 6 this morning. So be here. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, life is beautiful. You just have to ignore the noise. If you can ignore the noise and focus on what makes you happy, and, you know, the friends and family that make you happy, and ignore all the noise, oh my God, that's the best thing. And you know what? You know, start watching old movies and listening to old music, because that's a catharsis. It's fantastic. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. Eric, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody here, you are all wonderful, absolutely awesome. I will see you on the upload around 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. this morning. Thank you so very much. It is a true honor for me to speak to everybody because, like I said, I don't have $20 million in venture capital funding. I'm doing this all on my own the hard way. And J-Spot, Inga, Eric, everybody here, Mikhail, everybody here, just thank you for everything. I'll see you tomorrow at about 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and we'll have another live stream. Hopefully it'll work tomorrow at around the same time,